Well, this is day 4 of the St. Cuthbert Way, and I had one too many gin and tonics last night, I must admit, in the van, but I slept really well. My DOMs are pretty bad this morning, but that's the excuses out of the way. I've got 12 miles today to get to Wooler. If I want to try and get to the end and run all the way, I've got to do a couple more miles once I get to Wooler, which is the campsite. But we'll see how it goes. You know, there's no pressure here. And the other thing to talk about is I'm approaching a little village called Yetholm. Now that doesn't mean much to many people, apart from if you're following the ultra marathon running sort of scene, if you like. And I think this is the end of the spine race. It's either the end or the beginning, so I'm not really following it very closely, am I? But yeah, a lot of very famous runners has passed to this village or made it to this village. I think this is the place where they kissed the wall or something. And I think this is the start of the Pennine Way, so hopefully you're going to run a little bit on the Pennine Way today, which I find quite exciting. That is properly broken. I think I just broken my camera. Oh no. Well, it's all drama this morning. Did a mile, and then my battery died on my audio, so I ran back to the caravan park, replaced my DJI mic. So I lost a whole mile. Got to Yetholm there, which looks like it's the end of the spine race, which I didn't think the spine race was happening today, but it looks like it is. And then my selfie stick has broken in half. So I've only got a tiny little selfie stick now, which is actually easier to carry, but we shall see whether or not it lasts a day. Well, the Insta360 selfie stick is breaking apart every time I take it out to do some filming. The last shot of the valley there, the middle section came out, so I've got the base section in my bag, and now the middle section's come out, so I've got a tiny little stick that's left. I normally have quite a long telescopic stick to do lovely shots of the surrounding area, but that is all over, guys. So I've got 1, 2, 3 sections left, but they're not going to be stuck into anything, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. Got to keep a smiley face on it all, but I'm a bit disappointed, I must admit. We shall see. On tarmac again this morning on the beginning of this 4th day, but instantly going up into the Cheviot Hills. Dramas on the 4th day. I guess these things are going to happen. Looks a bit like a cigar, doesn't it? Don't know what I'm going to do with it. Have to find a bin, I guess. Well, it's official. I've made it onto the Pennine Way. I'm really excited about that. Really excited. Just been talking to a guy up the road there, and he confirmed it for me, which is incredible. I also just want to make sure I'm going the right way. I also just saw somebody that's been taking part in the spine race, which I really didn't even comprehend was happening. And this woman walked past me up a hill. She looked like a zombie, and she's been going for 5 days. She's done 230 miles, and I've never seen anybody look like that before. So, wow, hats off to her, and hats off to anybody that can even achieve that. Am I going off course already? Probably. So I was just doing a bit to camera. Don't think I turned my audio on. I was excited about being on the Pennine Way, and I've made a mistake already. That's Humbolton Hill over there, and the Pennine Way is on that hill there. But the footpath app brings me up, back over and around to meet it round the corner. So no big deal there. But here we are up in the Cheviots. A shout out to Graham here, Northern Trail Runner, and Trevor. I can't remember the name of your events, mate, but Humbolton Hill. That's the reason why I'm up here. One of the reasons. I've got to get back over there. One little mistake after another today. Hopefully they won't get worse. Fingers crossed. Let's stay positive. There's always going to be a bit of a drama, I guess. And if this is as far as the drama goes, I'm doing all right. No hills, Phil. He's having his ass kicked on the Pennine Way. Gave myself that name in a guided trail running event that we did at the beginning of the year over in Norfolk, where there's literally any hill I wasn't running up. But they weren't really hills. When you come onto the Pennine Way, then you know what a hill is. Well, there's the official sign. This is the border. I'm now passing over into Northumberland, and now we've got the Northumbrian National Park to enjoy. Incredible views up here, man. Absolutely breathtaking. Look at this scenery here. It's just great to be out here, you know. Look at it. Absolutely incredible. Definitely worth the trip up north if you're a southern runner. And all you people that come up here all the time, I can see why. Wow, absolutely incredible stuff. I've wanted to do a multi-day run for such a long time, and this is the first time I've ever done it, and I'm learning a lot. Some positive stuff, picking up things along the way. The good news is, definitely feel like I've got running there. Like when I woke up this morning, I felt like dog shit, but I got going. Hour into it, the hills definitely wake you up. Well, I'm not trying to run along this. Look at that. It gives me good confidence in the future to do multi-day running. I mentioned at the beginning here I was going to do the Office Dyke Path this year, and I just taught myself out of it because I've never done this. I've never done a multi-day. I don't call it an event. It's not an event because it's just me. Multi-day running holiday. Let's call it that. Running for more than one day at a time. But I feel great now. Like an hour or so in. This is a very fine fence. Look, gate. I don't know how I'm going to open it when I've got my camera in my hand. How am I going to do this? There we go. But yeah, I think the Office Dyke is on at some point. Maybe next year. That'd be great. 7 days of doing this. I'd love it. It's all kicked into place. I've definitely found myself again on this running holiday. I kind of lost my way a little bit for a few months, not knowing who I was, what I was doing, why I was doing it. It's just a change in my life, that was all. And this is, being in a place like this has allowed me to realise a few things and what I love. And I love being out here on my own. I don't need to go very far. I don't need to go very fast. But this to me is ultimate enjoyment, and I'm glad I got it out of my system. Midlife realisation or midlife crisis is coming to an end. And I feel lighter, and being out in places like this has done the trick for me. In other news, my iPhone is locked out on me, and the next stage of my Insta360 telescopic has broken, so I've got one little stick left and I can't use my phone for another 15 minutes. And next time I better get the code right, otherwise it could be it for an hour and the wife will start to worry. But I do have a backup phone. I did wonder whether I should have two phones, but that's exactly why you should have two phones, just in case you have a problem with one of them. Right, I've really enjoyed the running today. It's been a lot of flat, so I'm going to carry on doing some running. It's another bit that's broken off. Oh no. That's 3 bits now I've got in my bag. So I was loving life. I am loving life, don't get me wrong. And I was running along and I was doing about 2 miles of running there, and then I've just seen that. Nose Hills Phil has got to go up that hill. I'm going straight up it. That's got to be the highest point. I mean, Wide Open Hill was high, but I'm a little bit scared of that, I'll be honest. Eek! Yes. Oh, this selfie stick. I don't know what the video is going to look like. They're going to look terrible, I think. Anyway, crisis averted. Today's lesson is always check the map before you worry about what hills you're going to go up. I don't need to go up that hill. I'm going along through a valley next to it, which is good. It was just a bit scary to look at. Still absolutely loving it, even sounds like I don't. I did go over my ankle a little bit earlier, but it's all good. It was fine. Walked it off for a bit, but does it need any words? This is everything I wanted it to be, for sure. Mentally, physically, weather-wise. The most important thing about trail running and ultra running is one saying. It's the most important saying to anybody, and that is run when you can and walk if you have to. The whole purpose of this is to run with joy or be out in nature and enjoy yourself. Don't let the miles put you off. Like I've just been coming up that hill there. I was really feeling really sprightly earlier, but now on a bit of a lull, but I'm just going to walk until I get my energy back, to get my breath back, and appreciate the surroundings, because the more I can walk, the more I can appreciate where I am. Up in the Northumbria National Park, there's ground nesting birds here in this is it heather or bracken. I just saw a snake on the path, must have been a slow worm. The numbers are starting to mess with my head as the sun gets hotter and hotter. Yeah, I'm following somebody's GPX route, St. Cuthbert's Way Ultra route, which is opposite on the St. Cuthbert's Way. And I just noticed it said 22 miles to go, but I've only got 2 miles to go to Wooler. So that will be 20 miles when I get to Wooler. And I had it down as 17 miles on the last day, so it's probably the heat. It's probably going to be okay, but it's not what I expected again this afternoon. The weather, I fully intended to be wetted, and I actually would have probably quite liked it, but here I am. Just went past another runner, not very many out, some walkers. There was a runner in a race, really struggling. He said he had a bad hip. He didn't want to take anything off me. I said, can I give you some help? He said, like what? I said, well, Compede, or you know, like painkillers or food or drink or anything. He said, no, I'm all right, mate. He was hobbling along and head down and inside his own little pain cave. I guess we've all been there, but he wouldn't take any help from me. I could have been a bit more forceful. I could have gone up behind him and said, right, let's get you sorted out, but you got to be respectful of people, I guess. He had no hat on. I don't know how long he's going for. He had loads of water left, which was good. But hey, no judgment here, because we've all been there. Right, it feels like I'm reaching a crest of a hill here on the final part of my day which is honestly simply has been the greatest trail running day of my life. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's say it how it is. I mean, no, it's not the mountains, but look at this place. I know I keep saying it, but look, there's no cars, there's no roads. I can't even see any villages or towns or anything. A farm over there, But that is it. I've had an incredible day, and you have to say these things when you feel them. And I've got a bit of a downhill stretch now, and hopefully I won't go over my ankle, but I'm going to try some running. There's Wooler. There must be Wooler. It can't be anywhere else if it's a mile away. Well, this is a lovely way to end the run today. Well, if I am ending the run here at Wooler. 13 miles, beeps on my watch there. Looks like we've got a little bit of cloud cover. It's been belted down with heat. And this forest is stunning. I was going to talk about these little KP snack packs. They perfectly fit into my hydration vest here on the side. And when it's so hot, you've got to replace the salts in your body. So I've had one salt tablet. I've only got 2 left for tomorrow. So these have been good actually. Comes recommended from me. It does make you feel a bit more thirsty, but obviously it gets the salt back into your body as well. So anyway, I'm a bit distracted because of look at where I am, my favourite place in the world. Maybe I'll bring the wife here later. Coming up in the next video. The race is on of trying to get to Holy Island before the storm front. That is insane. That doesn't look real, does it? It looks like a set from Jurassic Park or something.